Welcome, Nerd Nation, to this latest edition of the Sports Nerd Show. We are a collection of sports nerds whose mission is to bring you as much sports talk as time allows over the next 60 minutes. Although we will strive to be highly informative and equally as entertaining over the next hour, we must warn you that there may be some cuss words along the way. But we don't give a damn, because that is the way most humans in the real world tend to talk, and we, the sports nerds, are no exception. So without further ado, Nerd Nation, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride as I present to you the founder and host of this crazy-ass show, Scott, the Sports Nerd Right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Sports Nerds. I am your host, Scott, the Sports Nerd Right, along with my co-hosts, Mr. Elliot Big E, the producer Lamba, Wayne, the Professor Lynch, and momentarily Ken Hotspot Costa will be here. He's just a little late. So tonight we're going to talk about the week that was and week 14 in the NFL, plus any and all news that had happened during the last week. We are here every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Replays are going to be on Facebook, on YouTube, and on the blockchain at peak.d, as well as, I know, a little hesitation there, guys. Sorry about that. As well as on Spotify.
Glitch. That's Alzheimer's.
That was a glitch in the matrix. Don't bother me. Don't mind me, okay? With that being said, let's get the show going. Gentlemen, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Happy holidays to everybody out there. And how are we doing, guys? Elliot, you're in good health, I am assuming, because you had, you've been...
I'm in as good a health as the doctors tell me I am.
That's good. And Wayne, no issues with you, I'm assuming?
Nope.
God, I hope when I'm 60, I have little health issues as you do right now. So... Anyway,
my health issues cleared up a little bit more today. Now the 49ers seem to be back on track.
Yeah, how long is that going to last?
It lowers your stress levels. Is that what you're saying, Wayne? It lowers your stress level and your blood pressure?
Anxiety levels have been lowered ever so slightly.
These are the Bears, after all.
What up, older brother?
So anyway, week 14, getting into this week, we looked at the schedule. We're like, wow, there's a bunch of dud games going on this week.
The thing about doing a once a week show is you can't talk about the shit that happened. Like what we talked about on Sunday, we can't discuss Sunday or Monday. And by the time we talk about last week's shit, it's fucking old and
yeah. I'm with you. I mean, there's a possibility we can do at least maybe one show during the middle of the week. We'll see what goes on, because we got to talk about that stuff. But if you want to go back to Monday night, I don't even remember who played Monday night. You give me a break. Oh, where is it? Hang on. There we go. So who played last Monday night?
Well, while you're looking, shout out to Brett, Crystal Ann Marie, and once again to my brother Tim. And Taylor just scored.
Ken Top decided he wanted to do some updates, so that's why he's not here yet. Okay.
That damn computer.
Patrick Taylor just scored 37-13 pending the extra point.
Patrick Taylor is the next man up, yeah.
Yep. As he was fumbling going into the end zone, but kept a hold of the ball, excuse me.
Yeah. Oh, going back to Monday night, that would have been the Browns and the Broncos. The Browns once again got their asses kicked, 41-30. I mean, it was a back and forth all night long, but Jameis ended up throwing so many interceptions, it didn't matter what the defense did. So yeah,
if he throws too much, it fucks with his vision. It kind of alters the LASIK effect. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it could be the LASIK is degrading. I mean, he could be up for a new procedure. You never know.
No idea, man. But he tends to throw a lot of passes to the opposing.
I mean, he had 497
touchdowns, but sometimes too many to the opposing team.
Right. I mean, he had 497 yards passing. Jerry Jeudy had a career day against his old team at 235 yards
He
receiving.
got his revenge.
Got his revenge. But kicker can't kick. So we got problems with our kicking game. So, I mean, it is what it is. Considering the situation, Denver couldn't stop us, and we couldn't stop them. We made more mistakes. I think he had 4 or 5 interceptions that night. I don't remember. But it was, it is what it is. And, it's typical Cleveland Browns. After today, they're 3-11. So,
I'm almost thoroughly convinced that the football gods this year are totally against the 49ers because we're down to our 4th string running back now.
Well, it's a good thing you're playing the Bears, right?
Well, I mean, still.
But the Bears are supposed to have a stellar defense.
Exactly.
They're not proving it tonight.
No, they're not.
No, because the 49ers were playing right. Kittle was lighting shit up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Juwan Jennings
was
Garindo before he got hurt. Patrick Taylor Jr. now.
Hey, Garindo was putting on McCaffrey numbers before he got hurt. There we go, Taylor, right? They're showing.
And by the way, Scott, Jameis Winston, never a good thing when you throw
2 pick sixes in one game. Yes.
Yeah, 5 touchdowns in a game, but 2 of them go the opposite way.
Yes, correct.
Just ask Rich Gannon in the Super Bowl.
There's Kenny. Okay. All right, Ken, I got to ask, why you got your damn Red Sox gear on? What's going on?
It's cold. Warm.
Oh, God.
No,
Ken
they're not gonna
Coslow,
sign
ladies and
him.
gentlemen. Excuse me, Ken Hotspot Coslow.
No, this one's not the hot spot. This one was your damn laptop. Download.
Hey, Ken,
Update.
it's free. Quit bitching. It was free. Quit bitching.
All
Oh,
right.
good defense. Good defense.
So, we discussed Monday night. Because of Elliot's statements, I'm reconsidering maybe we do one show during the week in order to cover Sunday night and Monday night, just for that and to preview the week before. So
I'm saying Tuesday's probably the best one.
Tuesdays are probably the best way to go because it's the night after Monday night. It's fresh and we can probably do that. I may do it later in the day, like at 7 p.m. Eastern time, if it's okay with you guys, as opposed to 6 like we've been doing.
No, I was all for moving it to 7.
Yeah. So if everybody's happy, we'll move it to 7, which is 4 your time, Wayne, and excuse me, and 5 your time, Ken. So
Okay.
we'll see. We may do that. So
On Tuesdays?
on Tuesday, yes.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah,
Either one of
Tuesday
those
or
two.
Wednesday, one or the other. So
Okay.
whichever is beneficial for the 4 of us, so we can all get together, depending on your schedules and what's going on with you. So
Okay.
I'm sure you've got something church related on Wednesday nights, don't you, Ken? Usually that's normally the case.
Not on
Nope.
Wednesdays.
Okay.
Oh, down again.
Nope. No.
Caleb Williams, down again.
Anyway, so the Browns got ate up despite Winston throwing for 497 yards and
497 yards.
2 pick sixes, and it is what it is. This is just to pet.
Well, my bigger question is, where is that vaunted Cleveland defense?
It's not there. It's non-existent.
The one you were chirping so
And they preached, and then they showed that again today against the Steelers. The defense was not there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Winston threw picks again today. So I mean, it was, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the good with Winston, but you're gonna get the bad as well.
That's what you're gonna get.
Right. I mean, I've known this since since he's been drafted by Tampa. So it is what it is. I mean, when you go with Jameis Winston, you got to take the good with the bad because there's always going to be some bad involved mixed in with the good. He's a great leader. He's a great motivator, but applying his talent on the field sometimes leaves, a lot to be desired. So
He is definitely the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde of the quarterback position.
absolutely.
Offer him some more. Offer him some more crabs, and maybe that'll
some more
help.
crab legs. Yes, I knew Ken was going to come in with that.
I was waiting for that comment.
So, the Browns. What sucks about this is not only did they lost, and they've lost a lot, and they're 3 and hang on, let me see, 3 and
3-11.
3-11.
3-11.
But they have not improved their draft level. They're sitting at number 8 overall. So
you guys haven't had your bye week yet?
Oh yeah, we had it. Yeah. So the 3 and 10, so not 3 and 11.
Okay, 3 and 10. Okay.
Right. Yes.
Well, the Giants right now have the worst record in the league, mathematically.
Yeah, the Giants took away the agony they stole a defeat away from that win today. So,
yeah.
Poor Giants.
The Giants right now, I think, are in the number 1 or number 2 position.
Along
with Jacksonville.
Jacksonville had the audacity to win today.
I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah, but the Browns are 3 and 10. Pittsburgh goes to 10 and 3, which means they're up 2 games on the Ravens, who are off this week. So Pittsburgh is in the driver's seat of that division.
Yep.
I mean, Jameis looked good at times. He looked bad at other times. 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. He was sacked 3 times. So, yeah, it wasn't pretty. Jerry Jeudy had a decent game. He had 5 catches. Njoku had 7 catches. They both had a touchdown. But it just, mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. We don't have a decent kicker. Hopkins was just bad today.
This has not been a good month for kickers.
Those special teams will fuck you up.
Yeah. It has not. You're right, Ken. It has not been a good year for kickers. And it's not just Hopkins. There's a lot of other kickers that look at what's his face from Baltimore. He's had some really bad.
Tucker, yeah.
Tucker, yeah.
He's had some really bad games too.
Moody.
Yep.
49ers, like I said, 3 weeks ago, Jake Moody, you can kiss my booty.
Kiss your booty.
You can still kiss my booty, Mr. Moody.
Hey, it's a Michigan man. Wait a minute.
Don't get me started about that team up north after what happened today, Ken. The son of Kirk Herbstreit signed with the Michigan Wolverines. He's a quarterback today.
Yeah.
And Kirk had the gall to congratulate him on going to Michigan, as Kirk used to be, he went to Ohio State.
Yeah,
that's got to kill him.
He smacked the Ohio State alumni right in the face by congratulating his son.
He's got to support his son.
Got to support your offspring.
That's right.
Sam, he might not want to play in your shadow forever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm
no
still
doubt.
hoping we can get the kid from SC.
That's like the whole thing with what's that kid's name? The Manning kid plays for Texas.
Arch Manning.
Arch.
Yeah. Like right now, his father's saying he wants him to play for the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
Yeah.
He's already putting the kid in a losing situation for decades.
Yes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It comes with the family.
Yeah, no.
He just skips a generation.
Yeah, if he's going to Dallas.
Yeah,
Whoa,
Dallas
losing my monitors here.
Dallas wouldn't do that. They got that $60 million anaconda hanging around their neck.
Yes.
That albatross.
Yeah, what's going on with my camera? I don't know. I just had my screens just went black. I don't know what happened.
Yes.
But anyway, no, I'm going to be here. Hang on a second. Let me check something here real quick. Here, camera. Okay, yeah, no.
It should look
Well,
like
as of right now, the Raiders have the inside track, I believe, for the number 1 pick.
Yes.
no, it's the Giants.
It's the Giants.
They were talking about earlier. Mathematically, it's the Giants.
The Giants over the Raiders? Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're both, 2-11.
2-11.
We're winding down the season.
So you know what's going to happen. One of them's going to pick Shador, and the other one's going to pick
The other kid.
from Miami.
Yeah.
Ooh, Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Cam Ward. I was really hoping that they would set up a bowl game between Miami and Alabama so we could have Cam Ward against Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, they put Alabama against Michigan.
Against Michigan. Thanks.
Don't understand that. Don't understand that matchup whatsoever.
I don't either.
What's going on?
Rams just scored again.
Did they really?
Yeah, 44-35.
45-35.
Thanks.
Give me a second. I'm trying to fix my camera because you can't see me. I don't know what happened. Anyway, at least you can hear me.
Yep. You look like a big black spot.
That's all right. I'll be all right. For some reason, my monitors went dark, and
Yep, Buffalo is gone down.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It's over.
Going back to Thursday night, that Detroit Packers game was good.
It was. It was one of the
Good.
best games I've seen all year. It was really good.
That was a good game.
Yes. And how about Dan Campbell rolling the dice and going forward on 4th and 2 with less than a minute to play in the fourth quarter, just so he can make sure that Green Bay doesn't get the ball back after they kick the winning field goal. I mean, how gutsy was that? You got to love Dan Campbell.
It almost turned out to be stupid when he tripped up on his lineman and he could have coughed up the ball.
Yeah,
you know?
well, it also could have been touched and been down at that point too, Elliot.
Yep.
And if it wasn't for freaking Montgomery, he is.
He's got cojones the size of a beach ball.
It was a gutsy call, but I probably would have made the same call in that position.
I think I probably would have too.
What was there there was like a minute 40 left or something like that when he did that? Or
It was after the 2-minute warning, yeah.
Yeah. It was a 42-minute warning.
And he did it just because he didn't want Green Bay to get the ball back with any time left in case they missed the field goal. So I mean, it's smart, but if they had failed, it would have been a stupid move.
Did you see the video that Annie Agar's dad posted of her watching the game alongside her brother?
No.
Oh man, it was hilarious.
Well, I did see her post a picture of saying that I will always love you, but right now I don't like you very much.
Yeah, exactly. you need to see the video. Her dad posted it, and it is hysterical.
I mean, her content is just great. It really is. I mean, I look forward to her recaps every Tuesday when they come out. So, and she's smart as a tack, man.
Yes.
And she's only 26 years old, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm.
My son's older than she is.
Well, if we're going to talk about plays that I saw this weekend, the best play I saw this weekend didn't even come on an offensive or a defensive play. It came on a special teams play. That was the game yesterday, Georgia and Texas, when they snapped to Bobo, Mike Bobo's son, in the position of a protector, and he just kind of flipped it forward. And the person who ran the ball for a first down kept the ball, made Georgia keep the ball. So they basically, in my opinion, won the game right there.
Yeah. Did you see the one that Texas ran?
Which one?
It was the one where Arch went under over center, and the center snapped the ball through his legs.
His legs? Yeah.
Through his legs.
Yeah.
That was hilarious too. It went for a first down also.
Yep. All right, real quick. Today's games. New Orleans barely beat the Giants. The Giants had a chance to win at the end.
The Giants saved their season by losing that game.
The Giants saved their draft.
They saved their season. They saved themselves for next season by losing that game.
Kirk Cousins got a rude welcoming in Minnesota today. The Vikings beat them up 42-21. And then Tampa Bay beat Vegas, so that means the Bucs are in the lead in that division.
Can we start giving major props to Sam Darnold, for God's sake?
How about Sam Darnold?
Okay, can we buy a little stock in Sam Darnold?
Right, but the Minnesota still hasn't offered him an extension on his contract. I mean, he's on a 1-year contract. So,
man, I'm gonna tell you what, Minnesota might need to rethink that whole thing.
They may need to reconsider.
I mean, because the Vikings are 11-2, guys. I mean, come on, what more do you know what I'm saying?
And the thing is that 11-2, they're still within striking distance of the Lions.
Yeah.
And they have
Right on their heels.
And they still got to play the Lions before the season's over, too.
Exactly. So
they have them coming up, I think.
Be very interesting. You know what I'm saying? With Minnesota, whoever thought that they would even compete in that division?
Right. Well, if they beat the Lions, they're gonna have to surpass them because the Lions have a better division record. Minnesota's lost one game in the division, and of course, that's to the Lions. So.
And the Lions have Buffalo next week.
And if they beat the Lions, then they'll have an identical division record.
Yep.
Right.
Well, the Bills.
Nope. Minnesota's 2-1 in the division right now, and Detroit's 4-0.
Yeah, with the Bills losing today,
right? But
the Detroit game is a must-win for the Bills next week.
Well, the Bills are playing Detroit next week.
I think it's in Buffalo too, as a matter of fact.
No, it's in Detroit.
No, it's in Detroit. Yep, it's in Detroit.
It's in Detroit. Coming off this loss here, I don't know, man.
It's definitely going to put a crimp in there trying to get #1 seed in the AFC. That's for sure.
Well, right now Kansas City has the inside track on that right now, as always, because the Bills lose today. They're going to face the Chargers tonight. I don't see the Chargers even with Jim Harbaugh at the helm beating Kansas City at Arrowhead on prime time. Because that's usually when Kansas City shines. So, but then again,
Taylor Swift's not going to be there. So,
that's because she's in Vancouver. Yeah, she's in Vancouver doing the last weekend.
Viewership will be down.
Yeah, Taylor Swift won't be there, but all the referees will.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and the referees will be there too. So
they'll probably have some kind of a message on the jumbotron or something.
Yep. Yeah, it's the last weekend of her tour after 2 years. It's the last weekend.
The Eras Tour?
Yeah, the Eras Tour.
Time to start preparing the next one.
Yep. Hey, Scott, Brett wants to know if O'Connell's coaching is the thing to make Sam Darnold go this year.
Yes, I think so.
What?
Absolutely. Brett, yes, Dan Campbell. I think right now, you know what? There's another coach out there who took a team that nobody thought would get there, and his name is Mike Tomlin.
Okay, so what's that got to do with anything?
As far as coach of the year.
Oh, coach of the year?
Yeah.
Well, I would definitely say Tomlin has a strong hold on consideration.
Yeah. Because
that everybody thought Pittsburgh was going to come in dead last in that division.
I was one of them. I was one of them.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was 2 of them.
I was 2.5 of them because I said either 3rd or 4th in that division.
So who would be another consideration? Harbaugh? No.
Dan Campbell.
No, because Dan Campbell is just repeating what he did last year. I mean,
he's in the AFC. Wouldn't it be like the different conferences? AFC.
I don't know. I thought it was just one.
I would throw Dan Quinn in there for the Commanders.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Dan Quinn, Kevin O'Connell for sure.
On the NFC side, yeah, for sure. I mean, you know what? I might even go that kid Mike McDonald up in Seattle with what he's doing with them Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that left Baltimore to go coach Seattle.
Yeah.
I'd give him some consideration too.
Oh, that's interference.
Gentlemen, Buffalo's not out of this game yet.
I was just gonna say they're not dead yet. That pass interference.
They still got a pulse. Pretty strong pulse, too.
It's clearly interference. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But they're down
I
by
had a feeling
9.
this is going to be the wild game of the year.
But they're down by 9.
Yeah, but since the Rams missed that extra point, they can win it with a field goal.
If they can score a touchdown and get an onside kick.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what they're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
I
But you
just
know what
turned
they say? If ifs and nuts was if
Look at Josh scrambling, man.
candy's nuts, it'd be Christmas every day.
Thank you, Don Meredith.
Turn out the lights. The party's over.
Not yet, it ain't.
I know, right? Let's see what else we got. Carolina gave Philadelphia everything it had today. Philadelphia was
Carolina's been giving everybody a little bit of something recently.
Yeah.
They did it to the Chiefs. They did it to the Eagles today.
Yep.
And Bryce Young, I'm telling you, he's looking like that #1 pick.
Yeah, Bryce Young is maturing right in front of our
Now
eyes.
he's
Guys.
starting to look like that #1 pick that
Yep.
Carolina put down on his ass.
Yep.
Skip all of that. I want to laugh at the dude who put $3.1 million on Philly to win by 12 points or 13 points since it was a 12 and a
I
half.
bet that man was sweating his balls off in the third quarter, man.
Well, he ain't got to worry about his balls no more because he doesn't have them. He lost $3.1 million.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, he won it.
No.
They didn't cover. They didn't cover.
The over. He took not the over, but he said to cover the spread at 12 and a half.
Yeah,
they
won by
$1 million
6.
saying that
They won by half.
Philly
Yeah.
was
$2
going to beat the snot out of Carolina.
Oh,
Yeah, that's $3.1 million down
I
the
hope we
drain.
can afford to lose it.
A quick shout out to one of my longtime friends who I've known since elementary school, Mark McNeely. What's up, bro?
Mark
How's
in
it
the
going,
house,
Mark?
huh?
What's up, Mark? Mark.
Did Josh get it across the line? No,
No.
he didn't.
No.
Nope. And there's TikTok.
Yep. They still got 3 timeouts though. Oh, they just took one. Yeah. If they score, it might get interesting on this onside kick. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Jacksonville got it. Finally broke their losing streak. They beat Tennessee today. Actually, nobody
They
cared.
do. Tennessee, right on.
Yeah. Well, they hurt their draft position.
They did. They did hurt their draft position. You are correct. Well, you got it that time.
How bad does it look when you win without Trevor Lawrence?
He's in now.
Yeah, when Mac Jones wins you a game, how bad does that
Mac
look?
Jones in the house.
How about that Miami-New York game today? The Jets gave Miami everything they had, man. I mean, it looked like the Jets may actually win that
And in
game.
typical Jets fashion, they freaking choked.
Right.
The Jets were up 14-0 last week on Seattle and spit the bit. So, the Jets doing jet-like things.
The Jets gave him both barrels, but both barrels had blanks in them.
Right.
Yep.
Coming at you both barrels, but both barrels are empty.
Yep.
Actually, the cartridge of a Tommy gun was completely full. It's
More of a cartridge in a pear tree.
Well, and, the Niners win. Seattle wins.
Arizona loses.
Yeah, I would love to see Seattle win that division, if not for anything, but for Geno.
Fuck Geno.
Fuck
Damn,
Geno.
you beat me to it. I couldn't say it fast enough.
Geno. Typical 49ers talking there, Kenny.
I used to say that when he's with the Jets too. I don't even. Whoever he played for, I was probably like, "Fuck Gino." He played for West Virginia, right?
Yep.
Fuck Gino.
Which is why Pat McAfee loves him so much, is because he played for West Virginia.
Yeah.
Well,
All
Pat.
right, so we got a 2-point game here in LA now, guys.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, the outside kick can decide it all because
With a minute to play.
if they can't recover it, that one timeout is gonna fucking screw them.
Right. Let me run through some NFL news real quick. Kenny, so Micah Parsons is backing Mike McCarthy.
That means he'll be gone at the end of the year.
Micah Parsons has taken one too many hits to the head.
I mean, well, probably, but does that hold any weight with Jerry Jones? You think?
Probably not. I don't know. Who cares? Who knows? I appreciate Mike and his loyalty, but he's probably just towing the company line.
It's possible.
I don't know. I mean, McCarthy's trying his best to save his job right now, and
they already raked him. They already raked him about what he said about McCarthy a few weeks ago.
yeah, I know.
You know what
Green
I'm
Bay
saying?
had its fit over that.
And he's like, nah, I can't say no
thank
more
you.
shit about McCarthy. People get too sensitive about that shit. People lose their fucking minds, man.
See, this is why I like Ken. He's a realist when it comes to the Cowboys. He knows how bad they suck.
Well, I mean, the record speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Right.
It's a 29-year running joke, yo.
Why is Ken the only one who is a realist about the Cowboys? I'm a realist about the Cowboys.
And the Rams recover, so the Rams are going to win. Well, Bill's got 2 timeouts, but the Rams recovered the onside kick.
That's the ball game.
Should have kept that timeout.
Yeah, well,
I'm
Brett
telling
Murphy
you.
Brett says the Dallas Talking Boys are at it again. I mean, they're all towing the company line, showing support for Mike McCarthy. Even though he's a lame duck head coach because he hasn't got a contract extension. The Cowboys are. I mean, look at it this way, Ken. At least you can look forward tomorrow night on Monday Night Football to watching the Simpsons episode
Sunday
of the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals. You know what I'm saying?
Sunday on Disney Plus and ESPN
We've had Homer Simpson as a coach for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be watching that broadcast.
Yeah, they're
I'm going to tune into it. I'm going to tune into it.
The Manning cast and the Buck, what Aikman show got to wait.
Is that going to be on ESPN2, Elliot?
ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus. I'll go to my Disney subscription and watch it there.
Yeah, ESPN Plus and the Disney Channel.
ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
So, that's gonna be fun.
We've had Homer Simpson as our coach the last 5 years.
Dan Orlovsky and Mina Kimes are going to be the 2 of the announcers from ESPN.
Yep.
That's
cool. Who's going to take the place of the
Orlovsky and Mina Kimes?
Mina Kimes.
Orlovsky and Mina Kimes?
I forgot the name of the other guy. But there's 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
Is this taking the place of the Manning show?
No, Manning will be on ESPN too.
No, okay.
Shit.
Yeah, my first couple of minutes, I'm gonna have to Manning for the Disney Channel to watch it.
Mess around, the Manning cast will be showing the Sunday Fun Day. Yo. We'll be critiquing that.
So the NFL ended its investigation on number 4.
Much to your disappointment, I'm sure.
Yes, and you know what? I still hear talk out of Berea, which is where their home base is, that he is still going to be competing for the starting job next season.
If he's ready.
And that's because the Haslam family have invested so much money in him. They have to put him in there.
Well, not just that, but they can't admit to failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know what the dead money hit's going to be if they decide to cut him.
And that's the same for Andrew Berry. I mean, Andrew Berry did this deal, okay? Who's the GM of the Browns. Yeah. He did this deal with Kevin Stefanski's support. So,
Well, ownership's blessing too.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but
It wasn't
he's
you
going to
know,
come back
I-
next year from these Achilles. Probably mid-season he'll come back. But it is what it is. So I just hope the guy never takes another step under center for the Browns. That's all I'm hoping.
He'll
for.
never be the same quarterback again. I mean,
No, he hasn't been the same. He hasn't been the same the whole time he's been with the Browns, Ken.
Yeah.
He's not the same quarterback he was with Houston. Not at all. Not even close.
If they were to cut him out, do you know how much they would lose or how much they would have in dead money?
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much. They have to keep him under contract at least for next year.
I think it's like the 80 million mark or something like that.
Yeah, they have to keep him under
Brett,
contract for at least one more year without getting hit with some dead money.
Brett's saying it's going to be 172 large.
Woo! 172 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, well, you know, the Browns got themselves into that mess.
That trade is going to set the Browns franchise back years. I'm sorry.
Speaking of Browns and messes, you guys are playing Kansas City this week.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Well, at least Kansas City's going to Cleveland, so you never know.
Hey, maybe you can help restore, man.
It doesn't matter, Wayne. It doesn't matter if they're playing in Cleveland, Kansas City, or at the Polo Grounds.
Remember,
The Browns have no chance.
Jameis throws better in the snow. It's probably because he has to read between the flakes. That's how his LASIK works best. You know? He sees it like a video game, like Star Wars.
Game's over. Rams win by 2.
Yeah, I think we could all see that.
Well, Buffalo better hope that the Chargers put it to KC tonight.
Yeah.
Work your magic, Harbaugh. Work your magic. Anyway. Also, it was
First time I've ever seen somebody win on a punt to the end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last play.
It was announced this week that Randy Moss was having health issues regarding his eyes. There's no specifics out there. He has removed himself from game day on NFL Countdown, on ESPN. Again, there's no specifics as to the injury, but it just appears it sounds like it's degenerative maculation is what it sounds like. My aunt had it. So it could be something of that nature. So my thoughts are to Randy, one of the greatest wide receivers to ever play the game, in my opinion, one of the greatest. And despite the fact that he played for teams I hated, and I didn't like his attitude, but you can't discount his talent because his talent was everything.
Hey guys, say hello to Petey.
Hi, Petey.
Hey, Petey.
Hey, Petey, what is your comments or your opinions on the 49ers game today?
What they had to do against their shit-ass Bears.
Look at those, man. Look at those ears, guys. How big are those freaking ears, man? Is he a new pup or you had him for a while?
13 months. I adopted him 5 weeks ago.
Okay.
After Doobie passed, we started a hunt. And
what breed is he, Elliot? Is he a
he's a Chihuahua Min Pin.
Okay, I thought he was a Chihuahua.
Chihuahua Min Pin, just like the other one. The only thing is that the Doobie was the smaller version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say he looks like he's bigger than the other
he's
dog.
bigger than Doobie was for sure.
I have a friend long ago that used to raise Min Pins.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys will allow me, not so much a rant, but I got something to say to a certain fan base out there.
Oh God, here we go. Go ahead.
If you are an Alabama fan,
Ha!
shut the hell up. Just shut the hell up. Let's review, shall we? You complain that SMU made it to the college football playoff. You lost to Vanderbilt
and Oklahoma.
That right there should have eliminated you.
Oklahoma too. They got spanked by Oklahoma.
But then you got the shit beat out of you by Oklahoma, 24-3.
Yeah.
And you were a 20-point favorite.
They got left out. They got left out, didn't they?
Yeah. When you lost
Them in Miami.
you lost to a team that was ranked number 7 at the time. So that, whatever. But you lost to Vanderbilt. Like I said, that in and of itself should be cause for you not to make the CFP. But then you got smashed by Oklahoma 24-3. So once again, I respectfully say, or as they say, I don't want to hurt your feelings when I say this, which automatically means I'm getting ready to hurt your feelings. Shut the hell up. Thank you very much.
Not only did Oklahoma beat them, they covered Alabama's spread.
they covered their spread.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I think the majority of America is happy to see that Alabama was got.
Yeah.
Yes.
Outside of Tuscaloosa, I don't think there's anybody that gives a damn about Alabama. I'm glad to see they're not in the playoffs. So, there were some pretty good college games last night, guys. I mean, look at what Clemson did. I mean, that surprised everybody. Nobody thought Clemson was going to beat SMU.
I didn't think they'd win, but I was pulling for them just so Alabama couldn't get in.
There you go. That's a good point.
And SMU
Texas
more
losing
than made
did anybody have Texas losing to Georgia on their bingo card?
I did.
You did?
I had Texas losing.
Well, it was because the SEC championship was in Georgia at the Mercedes-Benz Dome. So I mean that's understandable because Georgia had a home field advantage in that game.
And Texas didn't have Devo.
Georgia wins the SEC championship, so they get a bye.
They're the number 2 seed.
Yes.
2 seed, Boise State 3, Oregon 1, and Arizona State. Wow,
Arizona State beat up on
Iowa State.
Iowa State. Thank you, Ken. Was that Friday or was that last night, Ken?
It was yesterday.
It was yesterday afternoon.
It was the first game, noon
it was
game.
the first game of the day.
Okay.
I want to respond to Brett real quick. He asked, or he said, shouldn't the SEC stop crying? Whenever you start bitching and complaining, saying maybe we should change our schedule, who the hell do you play anyway, Alabama? Except for the teams in the SEC, you're playing Mercer College and East Northwestern School of the Poor directional schools. So shut the hell up.
And Keith Ellis' School for the Blind.
Who did Georgia beat? UMass.
You can't complain about SMU. Granted, their strength of schedule not what Alabama's is because they don't play in the SEC, but they lost to BYU, who was ranked at the time, and then they lost to Clemson, who is the ACC champion.
Yes.
So Alabama, you can fall off into the Gulf Coast as far as I'm concerned.
Some of their fans probably jumped into it already.
Yeah, I mean the whole SEC.
Take a long walk off that Mobile Pier.
There's going to be mutiny in the streets.
I mean, the SEC has been the poster child for ESPN for many, many, many years, and now all of a sudden they get what? All of a sudden they get what? Maybe 2 or 3 teams in the 12 in the playoff. You know what? Deal with it. And Tennessee has to come to Columbus at night in the first round of the playoff.
Tennessee at Ohio State.
Yes. Yeah, good luck with that, Tennessee. We'll see how that works out for you.
Balls.
So, I mean, I know Ken's rooting for the Vols. I know Elliot is rooting for the
Vols.
I'm rooting for the Vols, but
you
not.
You don't have to worry about me, Scott. I hate them both.
Well, good for you, Elliot.
The only good thing about Ohio is that it's high in the middle.
There you go. Wayne, I did want to ask you, since this was on the rundown, I want to ask you, what do you think about the rumors that Bill Belichick's coming to North Carolina?
Not going to happen.
Nah.
He's just getting his name out there just so people.
That's just media attention.
He's just getting his name out there, hyping himself up for a potential coaching job in the NFL next year.
He ain't trying to go to no damn NCAA. He's going to get himself an NFL job next year. It's just a matter of where.
Do you think it was time for Mac Brown to step down?
It was time for Mac Brown to step down when he came back.
He didn't step down.
I had no idea Mac Brown was still around.
That's a funny comment. Carolina's fired Mac Brown.
Yeah, when Mac Brown left Texas and he went to ESPN, that's where he should have stayed.
Yeah.
Now, Carolina's offense the last 3 or 4 years, nice. But when you score 50 points in a game and you give up 70, it's time to go, bro.
Yeah, you're going to win 99.999% games that you score 50 points in.
Yeah, you score
Unless you
50,
play for North Carolina, Elliot.
unless you play for the Tar Heels in football. We was
Actually,
talking all
actually
year
won
about
that
people
game.
giving up 50 burgers. Hell, they gave up a 70 burger.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the
No,
one.
I think they actually won that game. But it was
Not
70
against
to
James
50.
Madison. Not against James Madison, they didn't.
no, that's right. They
Good.
lost 70 to 50,
Wow.
right? Was it?
Okay.
Yeah, they lost 70 to 50.
Brett, let me answer your question. Let me
They scored 50 and got routed.
Brett's asking me telling me that the winner of the Ohio State game has to play the Ducks.
Yep.
Well, I'll
right.
tell you what, Brett.
Ducks already
The Buckeyes actually want to play the Ducks because that was their only loss besides Michigan this season, and they only lost it by 3 points. So they want the Ducks again. They want to show that they can beat them. So if they do meet the Ducks, it'll be the neutral site in a bowl game.
It'll be the Rose Bowl.
And whatever bowl it's going to be.
Probably Fiesta Bowl.
The Fiesta Bowl is going to be Boise State versus the SMU Penn State winner.
So Ohio State and Oregon would be Rose Bowl, Elliot?
Ohio State, Tennessee winner against Oregon would be Rose Bowl.
Yep.
That's fitting because it'd be big. It would be if Ohio State wins, it'd be Big Ten against Pac-12 again, which is what it always has been.
Pac-12 is no longer exist.
But Oregon's a typical, Oregon is a historically Pac-12 team, so we'll see.
No, they no longer belong to the Pac-12.
I know that. I know they're in the Big Ten.
But anyway, the Clemson, Texas winner plays the Peach Bowl against Arizona State, and the Indiana Notre Dame winner plays the Sugar Bowl versus Georgia.
Did we not call that a couple of weeks ago that Indiana was going to play Notre Dame? Did we not call that a couple of weeks ago?
Yes, we did. You know what?
Yep.
That's going to be one hell of a game too, Wayne. I mean, I know it's going to be in
South
Notre
Bend.
Dame.
Well, Notre Dame is in Indiana.
But
so it's
that's going to be a really good game. That's going to be, I mean, Indiana
intrastate rival.
Yes. And I'm really glad Indiana's now a football school because I mean they've done so well since their basketball team hasn't done shit for decades. But yeah, I mean it just increases competition in the Big Ten. So but yeah, I mean the brackets came out today. I approve of the way the brackets were set up. The committee did a good job.
I predicted one of them.
The teams that got in deserved to get in, and the teams that were left out deserved to be left out, including Miami and Alabama. So, I mean, it is what it is. But
yeah, Miami. How about you not lose to Syracuse when you were up,
right
in the game, and then choke it away,
and then not lose to Georgia Tech either, Wayne.
Yeah, not lose to Georgia Tech either. But I mean, I can understand losing a conference game. At least one.
There's no insult to lose to Georgia Tech. I mean, Georgia Tech should have beat Georgia.
Georgia Tech, yeah, you're right. Georgia Tech should have beaten Georgia.
They had them beat.
And I will calm down. My brother said calm down. So I will calm down. I just had to say that about Alabama fans because, I mean, they suck. Let's face it.
Well, yeah, Alabama fans have always sucked. I mean, they're almost as bad as Ohio State fans. Come on, Wayne.
You said it, not me.
I know, right? Oh, we won't talk about Michigan fans. We'll just be shut up. We'll just shut up about that.
All right.
But I mean, first time in history we got a 12-team playoff. I would like to see it go to 16, but that's going to probably be down the road. But I think it will eventually go to 16. But
I give it 2 years. 2 years.
It'll expand. Yeah, it'll expand. But the The college football playoffs begin the 20th of December. I will actually be in Madison or Melbourne, whichever we're going to do Christmas at, because that's my weekend off. But we'll see. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Gonna be a lot of fun.
Has Ohio State ever played a Friday night game before?
Is it? No, Ohio State plays the 20th, right?
That's a Friday night game.
It's Friday night, yeah. So it's a week from Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've ever played a Friday night before or not.
For some reason, we actually play some college games on Friday night, and the high schools here are not happy about it.
Yeah, not in Texas.
Not in Texas.
Not in Texas.
Friday night is high school football.
Well, not only that, but the high school playoffs are going on, right, Ken?
Yes. We got the state quarterfinals coming up this next weekend.
Yeah.
And then the state championship game will be the Saturday before Christmas.
Yeah. So.
We have playoffs a lot longer than anyone else does.
Well, because
playoffs?
Brett says he's hearing that Kevin Stefanski is backing Dustin Hopkins. He is. The reason why they're backing Dustin Hopkins, because he's under a 3-year contract and he's only in his first year of the contract. So they're stuck with him because they'll take a massive cap hit if they release Dustin Hopkins. So Dustin Hopkins is here.
I'm sure they're much happier being stuck with Dustin Hopkins than they are Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
You know, I think Dustin Hopkins can fix what's wrong with him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there is no fixing Deshaun Watson. Excuse me for saying his name, but there is no fixing number 4.
Yeah, he said his name. Right.
Are you all right, Scott? Because
No.
you did say his name, so
no,
clearly and concisely.
I'm not okay, Wayne, because the fact
it's okay as long as he doesn't say it 3 times.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
We're gonna see Michael Keaton come out of the woodwork if I say it.
Showtime.
Yep.
Neighbor.
So, but I mean, the fan base is calling him to be released or cut, but the Browns can't take the cap hit, so they're not going to cut him. They're not going to release him.
The Browns ain't got no business talking shit. They know their team stinks, so why get on the kick?
Yeah, they're 3-10, Elliot. Of course they stink.
So they're saying they should cut Dusty Hopkins as well as number 4.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, well, number 4 is not going anywhere either because, again, it's a massive cap hit for both those guys if they release him. And this is all about Andrew Berry, who is the GM of the Browns. He's
the executive of the century.
You know what? And those 2 contracts are going to set the Browns back a couple of years because they can't afford to get good quality players because they can't afford to pay them. It's that simple.
You know what kind of a contract that is? That was a Bobby Bonilla contract.
There you go. Thank you, Ken. Yes, it was a
July 1st, baby. Bobby Bonilla Day.
That's right. Bobby Bo Day.
Who the fuck wants to go play in Cleveland anyway? Unless they get a dome.
Number 4 laughs all the way to me.
You know, you guys can beat up the Browns all you want. It's not going to affect me because I'm of the same opinion. So, anyway, go Bucks.
Oh, you have the same opinion they should play in a dome? Right on. I knew you'd come around sooner or later.
No, they do not need to play in a dome.
Scott's moved on.
Real quick.
Oh,
congratulations to Saquon Barkley for setting the single season rushing record as a Philadelphia Eagle. He is still on track, guys, despite it being 17 games. He's on track to beat what's his name?
Adrian Peterson?
No. Rams rushing leader.
Oh, Eric Dickerson.
Oh,
Eric Dickerson. Thank you, Kenny. My dyslexia is my dementia is kicking in. I'm sorry. But yeah, he's still on track to beat Dickerson for the single season rushing record. I'm sorry, what, Elliot? What did he say?
That was wrong.
What did I missed it? What did he say? I was busy talking, so I didn't hear what he said.
I was I don't know what he said, but it was hilarious, evidently.
Would you care to repeat yourself, Mr. Lamba?
I was asking if you had Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's and dementia mixed together.
Yes.
You guys didn't hear it, but I heard it. That was funny.
Well, I'm
It was
happy for
wrong,
you,
but it
Wayne.
was
Glad
funny.
you heard it when he first said it.
Alzheimer's.
Ooh. Catch this last one from Brett.
What's that?
Elliot Lamba, if the 49ers were to part ways with Kyle Shanahan, would you be okay with Ben Johnson?
It'd be fine with me.
Hey.
I'm tired of the 10 and out.
You mean 10 years and out, Elliot?
No, 10,
10
points.
points.
10
10
points.
points.
10 point leads, to be exact.
You just wish they could play the Bears every week. That's all I'm saying.
Who doesn't?
Right?
Play the Bears one week, the Giants the next.
So Barkley sets the single season rushing record, the franchise record for Philadelphia today. So congrats to him.
Formerly owned by Shady.
Right, formerly owned by Shady. And shout out also, this was on the broadcast, or actually on Red Zone. Scott Hansen mentioned also shout out to Wilbert Montgomery back in the day, which is the guy that
Wilbert
Shady
Montgomery.
beat for the record.
Yep.
Okay. So
He tore us to pieces a couple of times.
Yep. And Aiden O'Connell looks like he's got a broken knee or a broken leg or something going on with him. He got hurt in the Bucs game. So
he got hurt in the Bucs game, and then Bucky Irving got hurt in the game as well.
Yep.
Back injury.
Yeah.
And enter Desmond Ritter.
Desmond Ritter is now the starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah.
That should lock up the number one draft choice for him.
I was going to say the same thing, Wayne. Yeah.
At least one or two.
The first round pick is on lock.
Yeah.
And if Bucky Irving's hurt, I'm sorry for Bucky Irving, but I have Rashad White on my fantasy team. Stay out of his way, which he did today, but I had to put White on the bench. Didn't matter. I was playing a throwaway game today anyway. I cleaned the best record, so I could buy next week, and then I just need to win 2 games.
So you're on track to win yet another fantasy football year.
Yeah, another fantasy football championship.
Oh boy.
I'm tracking for another.
And last but not least, guys, we discussed this in the green room before the game. The Mets and the Yankees have upped their offers to Juan Soto. They're pretty much offering a 15-year contract worth $710 to $730 million.
I bet you the Yankees will put the 730 up there.
I think the Yankees want him back, Elliot.
I got to
sure
feel
they
the
do.
If only
I'm sure they do, and I'm pretty sure that the Mets, like the Red Sox, were just trying to fucking drive the price up so the Yankees pay top dollar.
Don't you wish they could bring him back
That's what
without
they did-
Aaron Boone
that's
as
what they did
manager?
with- Hey, that's what they did with A-Rod back in the early 90s.
Mhm.
You know,
Thanks to the Rangers.
Red Sox tried to get him, and the Yankees just went all haywire and outbid them. You know what I'm saying?
Red Sox never tried to get A-Rod. We
They
never wanted it.
threw again. It's not about that's what they intended. It's about what they threw out
Oh,
into
okay.
the media.
All right. I'll give you
Okay, to get the Yankees to bite and pay more money. That's what they do it for. It's not like they
When they signed A-Rod, I mean, the Rangers had to pay half that
If
salary.
the Red Sox were interested in signing Soto, then why would they have ever gotten rid of guys like Mookie Betts, save Xander Bogaerts?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They
Exactly.
didn't want to sign those guys. Why would they want to sign a Juan Soto? They're not going to. But they'll go in there and say, okay, well, we'll pay $660 million. Well, if immediately, you know, the Yankees, no, fuck you guys. We're going to $730 million. So screw you.
That's how auctions work.
Yep.
That's how it works. And it's Cohen over in Queens.
Oh, Brett brings up. This is something else I wanted. I had forgotten about. Brett brings up the subject. What the hell is the golden bat rule garbage?
You're not going to have to worry about it. It's never going to happen.
Please don't institute the golden bat rule.
And even the commissioner, Manfredi, said that it ain't happening either.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
They can put in their best player and then whatever spot in the lineup they want.
He can hit at any time. Like he can bat 9 times in a row if you want him to. That's what they're
not happening.
No, that's stupid. Gotta go.
It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick. They do it in the Banana League or whatever the fuck they call
They
that.
do it in the T-ball.
No, they did that league, the Savannah Bananas.
Oh, Savannah Bananas, yeah.
Yeah, they do that in that.
That's a clown league.
Yeah, but that's all a gimmick, man. I ain't gonna do that shit like that.
Fans love the gimmick, though. I mean,
Viewership would decline.
If you're gonna have any kind of rule, it should be a what's it called, the DH for the pitcher rule. If the pitcher pitches less than 5 innings, the DH has to go as well. If the pitcher's taken out, the DH has to go as well.
Pretty soon there's gonna be a rule for everything, every half inning of every game.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. We got to stop with all these fucking rule changes and tinkering with this, tinkering with that. Because
if you're going to change the rule, keep it throughout the whole season.
The game up. It's all of them. It's really fucking all the games up.
The ghost runner at second is going to stay, I'm sure.
I don't have a problem with that because I hate to see bullpens get used up in a 19-inning game. You know, so I don't have a problem.
That one I don't mind so much. You know what I'm saying? Because, you don't want – unless you're going to raise your rosters to 30 so you can have 5 extra pitchers.
Exactly.
But those are salaries you'll have to pay as well.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
at least they don't have it in postseason.
Rules are going to be changed and stuff, but you got to be careful because some of them, you just opening up a can of worms that you don't want.
Yeah, the golden bat rule has got to go, but I don't mind if they do.
Manfred already said that it's not in this lifetime. So
he's the one who suggested it, though.
Right, but when he changed course once he saw all the backlash in social media and over all the sports venues and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they immediately were freaking tearing his ass down over that.
Right. Yep.
He changed course and said, "Oh no, don't worry about it. It's not going to happen in baseball anytime soon." It better not, because that'll end baseball as we know it.
803 is right on time.
I wouldn't watch baseball if they could put some.
Not with a golden bat rule.
No.
No, I don't know. I'd boycott.
No, that'd be the end of me.
Yeah, it's a bunch of crap.
Yeah,
it is.
It is a bunch of crap.
That's how technology works on people's brains. Yeah.
All right. Anything else you guys have before we get the hell out of here?
No, we're tired of not seeing you.
Thanks, Elliot. Love you too.
Was there something about basketball that you had?
Jokic. Yeah, Jokic scores his career high, but yet the Nuggets still lose.
To the Wizards, no less.
Yeah, the worst team in basketball.
Who had just broken a 16-game losing streak.
Yes, exactly.
Victory.
No. The Wizards have the worst record.
I'm just saying, but they just snapped their 16-game losing streak with that win.
Yes.
No. I understand that. The Wizards have the worst record, but the Charlotte Hornets are the worst team.
Yeah.
I don't know. Charlotte's pretty good. I think Charlotte's better than the Wizards. I honestly do. especially when LaMelo can play.
Because that's the problem. See, he's just like his brother Lonzo, stays hurt all the time.
Well, they shouldn't have worn their bar shoes, and that wouldn't happen to their feet.
Yeah. Shoes would have been a problem.
You guys see that dunk John Morant did last night with the Grizzlies?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God!
I heard something.
That was insane. I mean, he did a reverse dunk between two defenders, Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was sweet. That was sweet.
Yeah, it was.
Jaw doing Jaw shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
and Brett says Zach Collins got a $35,000 fine for giving the middle finger salute to the officials, which
subbing off the referee
yeah,
for throwing him out of the game.
yep.
And yet the Cavs are 20-3. Go Cavs.
One last
Cavs
statement.
How you start?
Are the Cavs still alive in that NBA Cup?
No,
No.
no, but neither are the Lakers, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best thing.
Before we go,
The Mavericks
The
are.
best thing, because you saw the meme I put up, right?
What?
The Lakers won the Cup tournament last year with Darvin Ham, fired his ass, and now they got eliminated with JJ Redick.
Yes.
Hey, Scott, before we go, I got one thing I want to say to Lakers fans.
I had the same thing to say.
Somebody give LeBron a tissue so he can cry into the tissue.
LeBron's already, but he already went against his 82-game rule that he put on himself before the season started. Oh, I can't. I got to take a day off.
I like that meme you put up the other day. He was hurt. The reporter said because he had an ovarian problem.
Oh, yeah. The ovarian injury. Yeah, I know. Put up another one today that rumor has it that Bronny's going to retire at the end of the season with his dad.
Oh, that's great.
Apparently I forgot my brother was a Lakers fan because he just said Wayne Lynch sucks.
Wayne, you and I both know you did not forget he was a Lakers fan. You're smarter than that, Wayne. Come on now.
Yeah, the Lakers are in bad shape.
I mean, you're not a professor because you're an idiot. Okay, I'm just saying. So anyway, all right. Great show tonight, guys. I want to do a shout out for those that joined us. I'll be posting the replay here shortly. Thanks for everybody. We'll be back again as of right now next Sunday at 7:00, depending on what we decide to do as far as a show during the middle of the week. 2 is too much, but 1 may be just right. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, on behalf of my co-hosts, Mr. Elliot, Big E, the producer Lamba, Mr. Wayne, the Professor Lynch, and Ken, you've earned this title, Ken Hotspot Koslow. We are the Sports Nerds, and we shall return. Look for us in your Facebook timeline. And with that being said, Elliot, please play that outro.
Let's go hotspot.
Let's go hotspot.
Thank you once again, Nerd Nation. All of you being with us here for this latest episode of the Sports Nerd Show. Please keep in mind that we do this on a regular basis every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night. And since each night's start time is different, please check out our SNN group page on Facebook for the correct time. So until the next time we come together, Nerd Nation, on behalf of the Sports Nerd and his co-hosts, Ken Costello, John Olson, Wayne Lynch, and me, Big E, may your lives be filled with all the best sports action anyone human can handle, as well as all the drama you can possibly bring you. And with all that said, good night, Nerd Nation, as the time has come to say